What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction about lesser known things about England. I'm excited to see if there's some things about England that I haven't seen yet in doing so many reactions about the UK. I feel like I've learned a lot, so can I learn anything new? Before we dive in, if you happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is smash that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. And let's dive right in.
Hi everyone, it's me. This week I wanted to do episode 2 of Lesser Known Things in England. I just want to have a little bit of a side note. Okay. I did episode 1, which doesn't say episode 1 because it's the first one, just lesser known things about England.
I got you.
You know how it is. So episode 1, I had a lot of comments and a lot of direct messages. People complaining that I was complaining about England. Which is both hilarious and upsetting. I'm not really sure how people saw that as complaining. I try not to do any videos as complaining. I just want to be honest.
I feel that.
That's it. Essentially, I find culture really interesting. The idea of culture. So it's like as a country or even as a county or a province or as a state, we have decided like this is going to be our culture and this is how we're going to do things and how we're going to live our life in this particular section of the world. And I'm sure historically there were reasons why we do things the way that we do, but a lot of times now I think we just do them because we just do. That's just the way it is. There's no particular reason. Sometimes we just do it. And that's what I find.
It's the way it's always been done. Well, why fix something that ain't broken? That's we do it a lot.
It's so fascinating. So much of the videos on my channel, I like to compare and contrast different bits of culture between Canada and England, more specifically Ontario and Kent, because we are so similar and yet there are so many interesting things that make us unique. And that's what I like. So if that genuinely upsets you and you want to leave a comment, you know, that I should go back to where I came from, please don't bother. So without further ado, let's go. For those of you who don't know me, I am from Canada and I'm living in Kent. So all these observations are about things that I've seen down here in Kent. I'm well aware the north is different. You northerners like to remind me. So these observations are strictly about Kent. When someone is trying to leave a conversation, maybe at a party or at work, people tend to say right at the beginning to indicate that they're about to do something.
Oh, I feel
so maybe you're at work and you're talking to somebody in the kitchen area and you're like, right, better get back to work. Or you're at a party and you kind of want to go, but you don't know how to like say that. So you're just like, right, well, we best be off. It's just starting the sentence with right. I hear it a lot and I find it really fascinating to the point that now I think I say right a lot more than I used to. I think I was getting groceries and there was this little boy in front of me with a backpack on, and on the backpack it said, right, let's get to work. And it had like construction stuff on it. It's just, right is everywhere. Right,
that's crazy.
Best be off. Right, better get back to work. Right, we better get going. Right. Another thing I've noticed here.
That's absolutely wild. I've never heard that one. That is definitely something new to me. You guys be, hey, right? Better head to work. Right? Better be off now. Right? I gotta take off. See you guys next time. Right? Right? Why? Why? Where did that come from? And why does it exist? Why do you guys say right before these statements? Why not just make the statements like, all right, guys. Ooh, I said all right instead of right. Ooh, I probably say all right a lot actually. All right, y'all, about to head out. All right, I better get back to work. All right, I'll see you guys. Dang, bro, that's great. So I don't say right. I say all right, but y'all say right. And I didn't think that. Now I'm thinking about it, I always say all right before I'm about to do something. All right, I better get back to work. Hold up, England. Well, I might have a lot in common with you guys. Okay, let's see what else you got. Because she just opened me up to something that I didn't even know that I did. But now I'm very aware that I do it all the time.
Here in Kent, there is a lot of instant coffee. A couple English people had commented on previous videos saying about the instant coffee, and it is definitely a thing. So at both my old job and my now new job, there is instant coffee in the kitchen, so people like make up their instant coffee. Even at home, my boyfriend has a pot of instant coffee.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why it got popular, but it seems to be popular. I mean, it's obviously cheaper than buying a coffee maker and the filters and the grounds and all the rest of it. It's easier just to boil the kettle and have some instant grounds. But it's not something that you really see in Canada. So at all my jobs back in Canada, we would usually do a Timmy's run. So every morning, somebody would go to Tim Hortons, which is our beloved coffee shop. Okay. They would do a Timmy's run, so buy everybody's coffees and teas and treats and stuff. Okay. Bring that back to the office, so you'd have your coffee. And usually we would also have a coffee maker in the kitchen, so somebody would make coffee throughout the day, like actual, like brew coffee. I've never seen instant coffee in Canada before. I'm sure it exists, but it is not popular. Same when my mom came to visit us last year, and I was showing her, you know, how to use the outlets, because you gotta turn the outlets on, and that's new, and how to use the shower square thingy in the shower, how you turn that on and stuff, because that was new. And she said, where's your coffee maker? Can you show me how to use it so I can make coffee in the morning? And I said, oh, well, we just have instant coffee. And she's like, oh, can we get a coffee maker? So we went over to Argos and we bought like a 10-pound coffee maker. It was absolutely nothing. And then bought the grounds and the filters from Asda so she could make proper brewed coffee, because it is so much part of the routine for a lot of Canadians to have that brewed coffee. Now, between England and Canada,
I absolutely love that. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't know much about coffee culture, so this is not something I can get my perspective on. I don't know if there's a lot of instant coffee that's popping in the U.S. or what the deal is with coffee, because I don't mess with coffee, so I'm gonna let her continue. Y'all let me know on that point how y'all feel. Is instant coffee better than brewed coffee? Is instant coffee, y'all do that just because it's more convenient? Talk to me.
We like to reverse our dates from each other. So in England, when you're filling out a form, you will put the day, the month, the year. And what I've also found is people tend to speak in that order. So they might say the 1st of May, and you would write that as, you know, 01, 05, 2018. It's May 05. Yeah. So you write it the way you speak. So the 1st of May, you would write the 1st, 01, 05 for May. Now in Canada, we do the opposite, and we speak the opposite as well, which I find really interesting. So in Canada, on forms, you would put the month, the day, the year. So 05, 01, 2018, and most people would say May 1st, 2018, versus in England, I hear people say the 1st of May.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting, and maybe we say it differently because the number formats are different.
I think
or maybe the number formats are different because we say it differently. I don't know which one came first, but they're opposites. When you're filling out an immigration form,
I think England to me does it the right way, although because I grew up in America and I've written it one way for so long, I wouldn't change it now. So I'd keep it the American way because that's how I know how to do it. But I think when looking at it from a non-biased opinion, I think day, month, year does make more sense than month, day, year. And so I don't know why we do day, month, year, or why we do month, day, year. But that's what we do. I don't know if it's just in the sense of there's only 12 months, so the first number is kind of the smallest in the sense of it can only go up to 12. Second number's a little bit bigger, but it can only go up to 31, and then the third number, the year, which depending on what year, can go forever, I guess, in a sense. And so I don't know if that's the reasoning behind it or what it is, but yeah, we do it differently.
Very important. Make sure you put the dates in the proper order. People tend to weigh things in a variety of different measurements. And I think that's sort of true with a lot of other measurements. Like I've heard people talk about Fahrenheit when it's really hot, but Celsius when it's cold.
Really?
Same is true with weight. So somebody at the office would say, oh, I lost 2 stone. I'm like, congratulations. I have no idea what a stone is.
Exactly.
I also see quite commonly kilograms for a lot of stuff. I stopped weighing myself a long time ago. I know roughly what I am, but I don't really need to know what my weight is, because that's just a battle and a whole thing that I just don't need in my life. So I've stopped weighing myself for quite a while. And I don't really want to know. So I had to go to the nurse to get like a checkup. And she had to weigh me. And I was like, oh, I kind of don't want to know. But I get on the scale and it's kilograms. And she's like, oh, you're so-and-so kilograms. And I'm like, nice. I have no idea what that means. So it is just getting used to the different measurements. Same, I hear the sort of Celsius, Fahrenheit switch sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, kilograms seem to be the most popular. But I also do hear stone a lot. Personally, in Canada, I would use pounds. So I know roughly what I weigh in pounds, but no idea in the other ones. And I'm not too interested in knowing. Now, a lot of people know about...
I feel like, just different forms of measurement. Kilograms, I feel like also make a lot of sense in the U.S. where we measure things. We use so many different kinds of measurement. But kilograms falls in line with grams, milligrams, all that. So, or milligrams, grams, kilograms, whatever, it all falls in line with each other. I feel like that way of measuring is a lot more logical. Again, if I were to start from 0, I think again the UK would have a better measuring system than the US in measuring. But again, since I know the US way of measuring, that's all I know. I need things measured that way now. I don't want to start from scratch and learn new. So, yeah.
About Sunday roast being very important to the English, and I'm not sure if you guys do it all over the UK, but it'd be interesting to know how that differs. But anyway, a lot of people know about Sunday roast. I didn't realize that a lot of restaurants and pubs will serve a Sunday roast each Sunday, so they'll have like a regular menu throughout the week. But then Sunday comes and they have that Sunday roast menu, which was interesting. A large part of my heritage is British. We've got some Scottish, some English, and some Welsh, you know. British, and then we also got some Dutch, but that's like a whole nother story. So my grandmother's parents, I think, were English. Something like that. Anyway, so we used to go over to my grandmother's house and she would cook us dinner. And the dinner was always usually something like maybe some roast beef. She'd make homemade Yorkshire puddings, which were unbelievable. Gravy, veg, you know, just a really like roast potato type stuff. Just a really lovely dinner. And I always associated that dinner with that grandmother. She would do it for us every single time we'd visit. And let me tell you, those Yorkshire puddings were unbelievable. So fast forward to me living in England, and I go out and start having these Sunday roasts. And I realize that that's what my grandmother was making for us when we used to go visit her, was a Sunday roast, which she inevitably would have learned from her English mother. So I just find like that connection is so interesting, and we're so much more connected to each other than we really realize, you know? Just really cool. But if you want to
I think that is cool. Sunday roast is such a good food too to be making. Like, your boy loves the roast. Growing up, our Sunday tradition, we used to always go out and get chicken. Like after church, we'd go out and get chicken, or we'd go out to some kind of restaurant, or Dad would always take us out after church, and it was kind of always like our time to, I guess, come together on Sunday. But Sunday roast, I mean, you can't really beat roast, if I'm being honest. I absolutely love the stuff.
Sunday roast, and you don't want to make it, head out to a pub. You got some great ones, and they're so cheap. And finally, I don't really know how to say this, but it will never not be funny to hear a grown man say he has to wee. it will always be funny to me. I'm just always funny. I was just in Egypt, this was a while now. I went to Egypt, we were flying back on the plane, so I had the aisle seat, then there was a couple beside me. So the man was beside me and the woman was against the window. And the man was like this big guy, shaved head, tattoos, like earring. He looked like he could beat me up with his eyes closed, basically like very tough looking. And he leans over during the flight and he's like, "Is it all right if I can get out in a minute? I need to go for a wee." What? I need to go for a wee. What? It's just beautiful. In Canada, you will never, ever, ever hear a man say, "I need to wee." You'll never hear anybody say wee. Because it's kind of seen as a bit rude, I guess. Like, it's quite vivid. Usually in Canada, like, "I need to go to the bathroom." In the US, they tend to say restroom. Like, we try to like hide the fact of what's happening, you know. "I need to go to the bathroom. Where's the bathroom?" But then here, you guys tend to say toilet a lot. Like, "Where's the toilets?" That's quite blunt. I mean, it's obvious. You're asking the right question, but it's quite blunt.
She said, "You asking the right question. You asking what is blunt. You know, we prefer a little subtlety. A little, hey, where's the restroom? You know, hey, maybe you're just going in there to wash your hands. We don't know what you're going in there to do, although we really do know what you're going in there to do. But yeah, I don't know how to explain it to you."
Canadian listening. But definitely when people say, "I need to go for a wee," and especially a grown man, a big scary grown man saying he has to go for a wee, is my absolute favorite. I think it's hilarious and I love it. So just like maybe a side note, if you are in Canada or the US, it would be polite to say, you know, "Where's the bathroom? I just need to go to the bathroom." Asking where the toilet is, or "You have to go wee," or the loo. People will know what you mean, but it is quite bold, I guess is the word. It's quite bold, it's quite visual.
I think here in the US, it wouldn't bother me, but I guess from a sense in general, I can understand where she's coming from in that perspective. Me, I'd be like, "Oh, it's right there." But
and it's very much to the point that it ends up being a bit rude in the US and in Canada. But I just think saying "we" is hilarious, and I hope you guys continue the tradition for many years to come. So those are some of the observations I've had as a Canadian living here in Kent. I hope they're interesting. I love pointing out things that people maybe don't realize are different. You know, when you live your life a certain way for so long, you kind of forget that the way you do things can be very unique to you as a culture, and other cultures are doing things differently. So I hope you guys find this interesting. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!
I would say definitely was very interesting to kind of get to learn about, and those were, I did learn a lot of different things about England that I had not seen in other videos that I've had the opportunities to react to. So that was really cool to learn about some of the lesser known things. Y'all let me know what you guys thought about what she said. Was she spot on all of them? Or maybe you disagree with some. Is there more I need to hear? I got my eyes open to me saying "all right" before everything, which is crazy, but all right, I guess it's time to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, check out the next one, and I'll see you guys next time.